Anniversary Deluxe Box Sets. Getting this in the mail this week made me think a little bit about the trend of deluxe box sets. I've got some that they did right, some that they missed the mark. Stay tuned. Hey everybody, welcome to Northern Revolutions. I'm Rob. Welcome back if you're returning. Welcome if you're new. As I mentioned in the intro, I wanted to talk about anniversary deluxe box sets, whatever you want to call them. Unless you live under a rock, you've probably heard a little bit of buzz about Oasis lately. They reunited, which is awesome. I could go off on a whole discussion about that, but I'm not. But it also is timed well with the 30th anniversary release of their debut album, Definitely Maybe. And I could do a whole video about that, and I might still. But that's not what this is about. I got the deluxe box set, if you want to call it that. Deluxe, I don't know what they call it. It's the 4 LP edition. It's the album on 2 LPs, and then it's 2 LPs of other stuff, for lack of a better word. We'll get into that in a minute. And having lived with this for a few days and listened to it and digested it, I had some thoughts, not only on this, but on the greater concept, I guess, of the anniversary deluxe box set. I've got several. Some I think were done really, really well. Others were done kind of poorly. And others are just kind of, So I picked 4 that I thought I would talk about today. So obviously, the impetus for this whole video was the Oasis Definitely Maybe 4 LP anniversary edition. I had to get it. I'm Oasis completist, or I try to be. This is the anniversary, 30th anniversary of the album. So on the first 2 LPs, it is the album from the 2014 remaster, which sounds very good. Cool. But there's also an additional 2 discs. The first disc is the Mono Valley Sessions, which was the original recording of this album that was scrapped, and the album was later re-recorded. Oasis fans have long known that it existed. We would hope that someday it would see the light of day, and it finally has. And then the last disc is the Sawmill Outtakes, which is, early versions of the songs with no overdubs. So essentially it's live off the floor. It's interesting packaging. It's an alternate cover. It's the album without the guys lying on the floor and standing about and whatever like they did on the original cover, which looks like this. So, quite excited about the extra stuff that's in here. And it's packaged interestingly. It's a slipcover. And then you've got this, which is, I guess, Sawmill Studio. And the back was, I think, where they shot the cover for the Supersonic single. Then there are 4 individual record sleeves, and they all have a piece of sort of archival memorabilia photographed on them. No book or anything, and that's okay. It's about the music, right? So, excited for this. Listen to it. The album sounds great. But again, it's the 2014 remaster, which I already have. The Mono Valley stuff, it's fine. It's good, but it's like the album missing a little something. So I'm glad that they re-recorded it. Could I live without those tracks? Probably could. They're not that much different that it's something I'm going to listen to regularly. So from a Oasis completist standpoint, it kind of makes sense. I like the Sawmill Outtakes a lot better because it has a sort of live off the floor kind of feel. But this video isn't about critiquing, necessarily the musical content of this box set. Do you even call the box set? I don't know. That's what I've been calling it, but it's a 4 LP collection. And you know what? It's good. It's a all right anniversary reissue. Could they have done better? Yeah, I think they probably could have. I maybe would have liked to have seen it 5 LP. in a proper box or a larger slipcover, because the 2014 remaster, which was the 20th anniversary, on vinyl, it was just the album on 2LP, and you could download the bonus content. On CD, it was 3 CD and had all kinds of live stuff, B-sides, unreleased songs. And to me, that's what this is missing. I mean, that would have been really nice if that had been included in here. This box set, anniversary edition, whatever you want to call it, is okay. I give it a B. I'm going to move now to a box set that was done well and horribly at the same time, if that makes any sense. The Beatles did a lot of anniversary reissues for their later albums, and they did the White Album. This is the vinyl version, 4 records. So 2 of them are the Giles Martin remix of the White Album, which I like. And 2 of them are the reissue demos, which the band got together at George's house and recorded the demos, which would become the White Album. It's kind of like, the Beatles Unplugged. Think of it that way. And it's amazing, amazing. And Beatles fans for a very long time have wanted the reissue demos in their complete form. So, this anniversary edition, which was the 50th, holy moly, 50th anniversary in 2017, was really good. A lot of good stuff in here. However, the CD version was 100 times better. I'm not a CD guy, but I had to get this because the 2 things that were in the vinyl version, you get on here. The White Album and the reissue demos. But then you get 3 additional CDs of sessions, and a lot of them. Like 60 tracks of sessions. So, this is awesome, except that it's on CD. Oh, and not to mention, it's housed in a mammoth book that tells you everything you could possibly want to know about the sessions and every one of these songs. So when I say that the Beatles anniversary White Album was great and bad, yeah, the vinyl was good, the book was great, but my beef is I wanted on vinyl what they put out on CD, because I'm not interested in CDs. It's just not my thing. So, could have been amazing. Was amazing on CD. So, content-wise, really good, but they missed the mark a little bit. Moving along to a box set anniversary edition that I thought was perfect. The Beatles got it right when they came out with Let It Be. First of all, it's the same on both media formats, whether you do CD or vinyl. But this thing, packaging, incredible. Content is amazing. There is, in this anniversary edition, you have the Giles Martin remix of the album, the original Glenn Johns mix of what the album was going to be called, Get Back. This had never been seen before. Apple Sessions, which is all jams and demos and that kind of stuff, which is 2LP. And then there's an EP with some singles and B-sides on it. And a substantial book. Again, just like all the other Beatles books, they're heavy on the archival stuff. This box set was perfect. It had a new remastered, remix, whatever you want to call it, version of the album. It had new stuff, outtakes, bonuses, demos, stuff we hadn't heard before, which I'm thrilled about. It had a book, which are great to read because you can learn a lot of stuff. Incredible packaging. This box set, A++. Another anniversary box set that I think absolutely nailed it. The Darkness, Permission to Land, again. This was their 20th anniversary edition. So Permission to Land came out in 2003. This came out in 2023. Debut from the glam rockers, The Darkness. One of my favorite albums of all time. I love this. What is great about this is you have the album, remastered, I believe. Then you have an entire disc of studio demos. Then you have an entire disc of singles and B-sides. Then you have an entire disc live at Nebworth, and then an entire disc live at the Astoria. This is awesome. In this box, there's a book. Not a hardcover book like the Beatles, but who cares? A book with a hell of a lot of information in it. And then you've got the album, the studio stuff, singles and B-sides, Nebworth, the Astoria. Another box set that really, really got it right. I gave it an A, hands down. Listen, I love the idea of anniversary editions. It's a great revenue stream for the artist, let's be honest. But it's a great way to get that album out again, maybe introduce it to a new generation, give it a fresh coat of spit and polish for those of us that are maybe already have it. A good anniversary edition for me. Give me a fresh take on the album. Give me some new stuff, demos, unreleased stuff, whatever, some live stuff. Give me a book, whatever. I like to see when there's some juice to make it worth the squeeze. I've got a lot of box sets. These are just 4 examples. Not to shit on the Oasis one. I thoroughly enjoy it. But I wish that what was in some of the 2014 had been included too, and that would have been perfect. Happy with what we got. Don't get me wrong. Hope they do the same thing for What's the Story next year. But throw some extra goodies as well. That said, though, it wasn't exorbitantly priced like some of these deluxes are. So there you go, folks. There's my thought on anniversary deluxe reissues. So let me know your thoughts in the comments. Recommend a good anniversary reissue or not. Or tell me what you think is justifying for you to fork out the extra coin for the super edition. That's all for me today, everybody. Thanks for watching. Catch you on the flip side.